Hello everyone, welcome back to your computer class. Today we have the topic HTML and Introduction, which is lesson number 8 in your book. So let's start it. As you all know, internet as an emerging technology has become a vital part of our life. It is the largest information base and has changed the world economy as well as the society. Internet is a network of millions of computers which are connected to each other to share information and resources. As in the previous classes we have learned a lot about the internet. So what is it? Internet is a network of millions of computers which are connected to each other to share information and resources. Computers on the internet are either servers or clients and communicate via networking protocols. The clients send requests to the servers and the servers respond immediately with the required data. The servers store file and information in the form of websites. These websites consist of millions of pages called web pages, which contain text, graphic, video, audio and links to other pages called hyperlink. These web pages can be accessed and viewed by different users around the world with the help of a software application called web browser. For example, when we want to search on the internet, what we have to do? Firstly, we need a web browser like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox. So in this web browser you search for the particular information, then that information comes from the different websites. And what is website? Website is a collection of web pages. Clear? So next is, what is HTML? Have you ever wondered how the web pages are created? Which language is used to write these web pages? The answer is HTML. Clear? When you search for any particular information on internet, as you can see, you just type the particular topic and the information is in front of you. Clear? So from where this information comes and who and in which language that information types in the web page, so we will learn about the HTML. HTML is that language which is used to design web contents for the internet. In this chapter you will be introduced to the basics of this technology. So what is HTML? It stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a complete code package that allows the user to create web pages that contain both text and graphics. It is a simple markup language that describes the structure and behavior of the web document. All the web browsers are designed to understand and interpret this language. Clear? So what is HTML? It stands for Hypertext Markup Language. And why we use HTML? To create web pages. Clear? So next is meaning of HTML. So as the full form of HTML is a Hypertext Markup Language, so there are two different words we can consider: hypertext and markup language. What is the meaning of hypertext? Hypertext is a piece of ordinary text that has been spruced up with a special feature of linking to other documents or web pages. So when you click on the hypertext, it opens a new web page. Clear? It is like a normal text which is added in a particular document to provide the link to other documents and web pages. Next word we can consider markup language. It is a language that uses special symbols called tags to mark up a text document that instruct the browser how to display the text. Markup languages are solely concerned with classifying the parts of a document according to their functions, like indicating which part is the title of the document and which part is heading or subheading and so on. Clear? So markup language is the language which uses special symbols. We can say to that special symbols tags. Clear? Originally, HTML was developed with the intent of defining the structure of the document to facilitate the sharing of scientific information between researchers. Now it is being widely used to format web pages with the help of different tags. So basically you have to learn one thing, that HTML is a language which is used to create web pages. Clear? And it uses special symbols called tags. In HTML we use various tags to create the web pages. So in this chapter we learn about it. The next topic is HTML editors. So HTML editors are the programs that are used for creating and saving the documents. We are talking about that HTML is the language by which we can create web pages. Clear? So which interface is needed to write that language? Where to write HTML language? So HTML editors are used for that purpose. These are the programs that are used for creating and saving the document. Mainly there are two types of HTML editors. First one is WYSI, WYG. It means what you see is what you get. This type of web editor allows a developer to see what the end result will look like while the document is being created. These editors provide various tools and graphical interfaces where the web pages are designed. While using this editor, users may not require the knowledge of HTML commands, as the elements like images, tables, lists, etc. you will learn in this chapter can be placed on the interface and the required HTML code will be added automatically. So in these type of editor you can see your result while writing, while typing, while creating the web document. So that's why its name is what you see is what you get. Clear? So in this type of editor the examples are Amaya, Google Web Designer, Adobe Dreamweaver. Clear? So the next is text editor, which is in our syllabus. We will learn how to write HTML language in text editor. Clear? You can also create HTML document using normal text editor like Notepad or WordPad. As you all know, in Windows we have text editor programs like Notepad. I'll show you where is Notepad. We can search here for the Notepad. If it is pinned to start menu, then you will easily find here. If you are unable to find, you can search in the search box also. So here is the Notepad. I'll open it. So what is Notepad? It is basically a program used for typing something. You can type, it is a typing program. You can type in it, do some sort of formatting, changes fonts, colors, etc., etc., as you all do in Microsoft Word. But in Notepad there are less features than Microsoft Word. Clear? So these are the basic programs, text editor programs, in which you can type the text. Clear? So Notepad, WordPad, these are the normal text editor. So the second method is you can write your language in the text editor, in the Notepad or WordPad. Unlike what you see is what you get editors, here one is required to have proper knowledge of HTML commands to develop web pages. As I talk about that, you have to write in this program, in Notepad program. So what you will write here? What you will write? For writing the code of HTML language, you have to proper knowledge about the HTML commands. As while writing English, you know the proper grammar, spelling, etc. You keep all the things in mind. So similarly, HTML is like a language. You have to learn about that. It works, it uses special symbol, tags, etc. We will learn in this chapter. So we will write here the code in the notepad. Clear? So we can write the code only when if we have the proper knowledge about the syntax, that how to write, how to use various commands, tags available in HTML. Clear? So next is creating a web page using HTML editor. So for learning how to create a web page using HTML editor, firstly we have to learn or understand about the HTML document structure. So the general structure of an HTML document has two sections. One is head section and another is body section. So what is head section? The head section provides general information about the document. For example, the title defines a title for the page on the browser's title bar. So as the name indicates, head section. Clear? From this you can take the idea that it is used for some sort of headings and titles, etc. So head section is used for that reason. And what is body section? The body section contains the text which gets displayed on the web page along with other tags and attributes. It includes text, graphics and other HTML elements that provide control and formatting a page, like fonts, paragraph, list and other elements. Or simply you can say, except the head section, if you want to write a text, apply some sort of formatting on that text, clear, and you want to apply some sort of controls, clear, so then you all have to give it in the body section. So in the head section you can only give the headings, titles, etc. So in the body section you will use the other formatting tools. Clear? So this is the basic HTML document structure. After learning about the structure of HTML document, let's now discuss about the types of HTML elements. So HTML is a tag based language and contains various elements, tags and attributes. Tags are building blocks of a web page. They contain elements which define how the information on a web page is formatted or displayed. A tag comprises of text enclosed in angle brackets. Let me show you what are angle bracket. These, where my cursor is moving, this is opening angle bracket and this is closing angle bracket. All tags have their own attributes and default values. Each tag in HTML follows specific rules known as syntax. These tags are not case sensitive. Here case sensitive means you can write the tags either in capital letters or in small letter. It's up to you. So it is not case sensitive language. Tags are also known as elements. We can call the tags as elements. So elements and tags both are the same things. So what we have learned, that HTML is a tag based language. Each tag start and close with the angle bracket. As you can see, this is opening angle bracket and this is closing angle bracket. So we can also call the tags as elements. So types of HTML elements or tags. There are two types of tags, container and empty. We can say container tags or container elements. So first is container elements, the tags that include both on and off tags. For example, this HTML tag. So how it is starting? It is starting with opening angle bracket, then the name of the tag and then closed angle bracket indicates opening tag. And this, what is the difference between these two? Here there is no this slash. in the opening angle brackets, in the opening tag, there is no forward slash, while closing the tag we have to use this forward slash. Where my cursor is moving, this is slash. Clear? So the tags which have both on and off tags, that are called container tags or container elements. So next proceed to the empty elements, the tags that includes only on tags. In HTML there are various tags which have only on tags, so that tags are called empty tags or empty elements. In this case we have example of BR tag. Next in the chapter we will learn about the various tags. So there are two types of HTML elements, container elements and empty element. Container elements have both on and off tags, and empty element has only on tag. Clear? So now we will learn about creating a web page using HTML editor. To create an HTML document, you can type the text in any word processor. What is word processor? Word processor is an application software in which you can type, edit and format the text. So you can use any word processor like WordPad, Notepad. Clear? Here we are going to use the Notepad. The extension given to the page is always .html. So as we have already learned in our chapter number 2, the name of that chapter was file management. In that chapter there was a topic about different file formats. So in that topic we have learned about different file extensions. So similarly HTML documents have the extension .html. Let's see how to create an HTML document using Notepad. As we are talking about Notepad, so firstly we have to open the Notepad. For opening Notepad, go to the start menu and open the Notepad. So this is the interface of the Notepad. Here you have to start typing. So whenever you are going to write HTML code, so firstly you have to give the HTML tag. Clear? So how to give the tag? Opening angle bracket, then the name of the tag, and then closing angle bracket. So next, if you want to give the title, so it will be given in the head tag. So for the title you have to use title tag. In the title you have to give the title for the web page. For example, I want to give the title my first web page. Clear? Now I want to give this much title. Now there is need to close it. How to close it? Opening angle bracket, then forward slash, and then the name of the tag, and then closing angle bracket. So this is the way how to open, and this is the way how to close the title tag. Next we have to close head tag. So for closing we have to give the forward slash and then head, then closing angle bracket. Now if we want to give any text in the body part, that will be displayed on your web page. If you want to display any sort of text on your web page, then that will be given in the body part. So you have to start here body tag, right? You can type the text in the body tag which you want to display on the web page. For example, I want to write, this is my first web page. Clear? So now we have to close body tag. Clear? In the last, when you write the complete code as per your requirement, there is need to close the HTML tag also. So you will close the HTML. So after this you have to go to the file tab. The next step is to save the document. So how to save? Go to the file tab. There is a save option. Click on it. it will ask for the file name. So here you have to erase the automatically taken file name with using backspace key, and you have to give here the name as per according to your requirement. For example, I want to give it the name web page. So after writing the file name, as we have already discussed, there is need to give the extension. So what will be the extension here? .html. So don't forget to give the extension. After typing the file name, it's necessary to give the extension. Clear? So which extension we will give here? We will give the extension .html. So after giving the extension, you can also choose the location where you want to save it. For example, I want to save this file on the desktop. Clear? So after choosing the location, I have to click on this save button. Clear? So now we will see how our web page look like. So as you can see, on the desktop there is a web page named file. Clear? So what we will do, we will just simply open it. As you can see, this is the title. We have given my first web page, and this is the text which we write in the body tag. So this much title we have given the title tag, and this we have given the body tag. So this was the basic HTML document format. So next we will proceed to the next tags. There are various tags in HTML. In the coming sections, we will discuss some of the common HTML elements that are frequently used in an HTML document. So the first is heading tags H1 to H6. So these tags are used to define different heading levels in an HTML document. These are basically used to emphasize the text. There are 6 heading levels H1 to H6. The H1 heading style displays the text in the largest size and is mainly used for main heading. The lower levels are used for subheadings and less important things. This is not essential to use these heading levels in hierarchy. These heading tags are written within the body tag of the document. So as you can see from your book on page number 96, there is a code written. So we will follow the same code. We will write the same code in the HTML in the notepad, as I have written here the same code as in your book. So observe all the tags I am using here: HTML, head, title, body. All these tags are container tags. That means these have both on and off tags. So when you are using any container element or container tag, then there is need to close that tag also. As I use here HTML, so it is on tag and this is for off tag. Clear? Similarly, it is on tag of head and this is closing. Similarly, in case of title, this is opening and this is closing. So what we have done here, see, here I give the title my second web page, and in the body tag I use the heading tag. So there are 6 heading levels available in HTML. So H1 heading is used for largest size and H6 is for smallest size. Clear? So firstly we will save it and we will observe the changes. So how to save it? Again go to the file tab, click on save option and then give the file name here. For example, I'll give here web page 2. Don't forget to give the extension here .html. Clear? I'll also choose the location, for example desktop. So after giving the file name and extension, click on this save button. Now we will go to the desktop and open this web page 2. So double click on it. So observe the changes. As in the code h1 largest, h1 tag is used for largest heading. So you can see in the first line there is largest size of the text. So this is for largest, and in the last here it is written in smallest size as according to others. So it is here is used h6. So h1, h2, h3, h4, h5 and h6. So you can observe while moving to the downside the size is decreasing. So h1 tag is used for the largest heading and h6 is used for the smallest. So one more thing is there is no need to use these headings in hierarchy. Hierarchy means there is no need to use these in the sequence. For example, from the, suppose I will clear these both h2 and h3. As I have selected both h2 and h3 level, so press the backspace key. As you can see, I have removed h2 and h3. Now save this file. Again you can simply press Ctrl plus S from the keyboard. Ctrl and S. Clear? So your file is automatically saved under the same name web page 2. As you can see in this, now there are only 4 headings. Why? Because I have deleted h2 and h3. Total there were 6, now there are 4. So I just want to tell you this thing by example, that there is no need to use these headings in hierarchy. Hierarchy means sequence. Clear? Now I hope the heading tags are clear to you. Next we will proceed to the next tag, which is p tag. It is used to display long piece of text on a web browser, which makes a block of text as a paragraph. As the name indicates, p tag, p derived from paragraph, so it is used to type long piece of text. What we call the long piece of text in journal? That is called paragraph. So similarly, if you want to display a paragraph, a long piece of text on the web browser, then there is need to use the p tag. Clear? So same, what we have to do, we have to open at notepad and type. So for understanding the use of p tag, I have written a code here. Till this I follow the same procedure as closing HTML tag, then head tag, then title tag, and then closing head tag. After that I have to give a paragraph in the body tag, so I'll open body tag. Under the body tag I want a paragraph, so I will use p tag here. So as you can see, under the p tag I have written 4 lines here, and I want to show these 4 lines as a paragraph on the web page. So I use the p tag. This is opening p tag, this is closing p tag. After that I have closed here the body tag, and in the last I have closed the HTML tag. So after this, what we have to do, go to the file tab, choose the save option. Here we have to give the file name. For example, I want to give it name webpage3, then extension .html. Choose the location desktop. I prefer to use this location because it's easy to access any file folder from the desktop easily. So click on this save button. So let's go to the desktop. As this is webpage3, double click to open it. As you can see in the code, I have write 4 different lines. So here, because of p tag, these 4 lines are showing as a paragraph on the web page. So this is the use of p tag. P tag is used to display the piece of information in the form of a paragraph. What is paragraph? A long piece of information. Clear? So this is the use of p tag. So now we will discuss some attributes of the p tag. The very first is p align center. This tag is used to align text to the center. So we will write in the code. We will write in the same code here. Let's p align is equals to center angle double quotes, then center. Clear? And then closing angle bracket. So as we write the changes in the same document, which is web page 3, so just press Ctrl plus S from the keyboard. Clear? So now we will see the changes in the document. We will see the changes in our web page. So go to the desktop. This is web page 3. As we have changed here, so as you can see, which tag we have applied? Center tag. P align is equals to center. It is used to align your text in the center. As before this, when there was no attribute defined, your text was starting from this position, from the starting of the window. Now you have applied the tag p align is equals to center. Now your text is aligned to the center position of the web page. Similarly, you can also change here left right. For example, I'll write here left. Clear? So your text will be aligned to the left side. Press Ctrl plus S. Now you can see your text is aligned to the left side. Next, we will write here right. If we want to move or align our text towards the right side, press again Ctrl plus S to save the changes. Go to the desktop. In this case, your text is aligned to the right side of the page. Clear?